Let's create your first class inside of Google Classroom. Once you're inside of Classroom, you're going to click on the white plus button by your username. You should have already joined as a teacher because otherwise you won't have the option to create a class. So click plus and then create class, and then you're going to add your class title. If you want your classes to sort by your class period, start with the number of the period first. So I'm going to call mine first period sample class. Below that you have a section area. I usually skip that. It's just a place you can add more info about your class. Then I'm going to click Create. After I create my class, I'm going to see that I have 3 tabs across this colored bar. So your stream is the place that you can post announcements and assignments. Students is going to give you a list of those enrolled in your class. And then About is a place where you can add information about your classroom. So for example, I can put welcome to my class, and then I could give a description of what my students are going to learn. I can also give the room number, and Google Drive is going to make a folder automatically for this classroom. So this is going to be a link to all of my class materials in Google Drive. You can also upload any existing files that you have. So for example, if you click under Add Materials, you can upload your syllabus, you can add cool websites for your students, so you can post things that your class might need throughout the entire class here. And it will always be a good place for them to kind of go back and see what they need. So that's the About page. I'm going to go back to the stream. The stream is going to be kind of like your live feed for your classroom. So, for example, if I type an announcement, I can just type text, welcome to our class. And then you can see that I can also add links, files from Google Drive, YouTube videos, or I can upload files with a paperclip. So once you have multiple classes, you have this option here that will allow you to pick which classes you want to announce things to or send assignments to. So it's really great. You can have multiple classes and do one announcement and it will go to all of those students. I'm going to go ahead and post it just to this class. So I'm going to click post. Once I post to the stream, you can see that now I have the timestamp and you have a place for students to comment on your posts. If you don't want students to comment, click on the Students tab and then change the settings here. Students can post and comment. You can have it where only you can post or comment. I'm going to go ahead and leave this open. Okay, to add students to my class, I can post this code that you see underneath class code on a board, or I can, project it onto my wall and make sure my students can read that so they can log into Classroom with their Google account, enter this code, and they will be added to my class. Once your students are there, they're going to show up under Students. I'm going to show you how to add an assignment now. So if I want to add an assignment, first I click on Assignment, and then I can give it a title. So I'm going to say Sample Assignment. This description area is a great place to add instructions. So you could say, please read this paragraph, be sure that you spell check. So add any instructions here. It's optional, but I like to add that there. The due date. Now, due dates in Google Classroom are firm, and if you have students who are absent, it will still mark their assignments as late. So it's a good idea to kind of maybe add a little bit extra time depending on when you want that assignment to be turned in. I'm going to make my assignment due today, and I'm going to attach a Google Drive file. So what I can do is open up Drive, and I could have like a handout or a worksheet. I'm going to find a document, and then I'm going to choose how I want my students to get this file. If I want my students just to see it, I can choose that option. Students can view it. So maybe it's a handout I just want them to read. If I want them to edit it, I can say students can edit the file. However, that means all of the students in my class will be editing the same file. My favorite option is make a copy for each student. And that will sort of digitally make copies and send it out to all of my students and share it with them in Google Drive. So they will each get their own copy. So I can then click Assign. And it will be sent out to my students. You can see that I have 0 students have done it, and zero students have not done it. So once your students log in, they will be able to open up this file and edit it and then click a button to turn it back into you. You will see when it's turned in. If you click on done and not done, you will see here, right now I don't have any students enrolled, but once I do, I'm going to have a place where I can see their name, if it's done, and then I can click here and enter a grade and send it back to them instantly. Really cool. So I encourage you to open up Google Classroom and start setting up your own classroom.